Hey guys, welcome to the Tie Jam. I am Kristen and this is my friend.
Oh yeah, I'm Danielle. I didn't know she was gonna say friends. It totally messed me up. I was gonna say like awesome partner.
This is my awesome partner.
There we go. Danielle, that's
There we
me.
go.
Hi.
So today we are focusing on hands and arms. So for all you people typing or maybe all you other massage therapists,
I don't know how to do that.
rock climbers, we're not gonna go through this.
Yeah.
But all of you, we're gonna get into that good stuff today. So whoever is receiving first, we can go ahead and assume the position. I'm gonna show you a couple of anatomy reels while we are getting set up to show you, when I say anatomy reels, I mean just
Anatomy.
throw some anatomy on there to show them, yeah.
Yeah.
So here you're gonna see some of the muscles in the hands we're gonna be working on, the arms. And
More arms.
more arms. So go ahead and get your receiver to lay on their back comfortably. If they need a little bit of neck support, let's do it.
You can use a rolled up towel.
A rolled up towel will also work.
Yeah.
A pillow if they like. So we're gonna start, and I'm just gonna do a gentle tug. I know this is not a neck class, but I figure why not give a little gentle tug to warm some things up and say hello. I'm just gonna lay Danielle's arm open. And for you guys, if you're not comfortable sitting on your legs like that, do what's most comfortable for you. I am just going to begin to warm up Danielle's arm. If your receiver likes less pressure, just make sure to maybe not balance yourself completely over. You can be more like this, so I'm sitting more back on my feet. Is this pressure okay for you, Danielle?
That's great.
So I'm just going back and forth, doing compressions between her biceps and her forearms. Come in and put up your left hand, if you are on the left side of your receiver, into the pecs, in front of the shoulder, and just do a gentle compression to warm the tissue up. All day long, we're working in front of us for the majority. A little too much there. And receivers, make sure you feel comfortable to say, hey, a little too much, lighten up. This one still?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Still too much. But that's okay, no big deal. So I'm gonna come up to my feet and we're gonna do some standing compressions. I mean, I think it's funny because you don't even like the pressure I was giving you. So guys, the important part is to keep your heel on the floor or on your mat. And we're gonna act like we're pushing the gas. Is that pressure good?
That's good. You can do a little bit more.
And we're just gonna hang out here. You could have your receiver do some active movements like Danielle's doing right now. Just moving her hand around as I'm just staying in one place. Same pressure. Here you can see all the different muscles that we are working on right now. And we're going to slowly come out of that compression. We're coming for one more.
I'm not making my hands curl.
All right. Can you go ahead and make a fist? Bring that fist towards your forearm.
I need it though.
Yeah, you do. All those sandwiches you've made.
I love sandwiches.
Open your hand wide. Wave your hand side to side. I'm going to slowly release. You can see the blood coming back to her hand. Flushing her hand. I'm going to come back down and give her a gentle tug. And as I'm pulling from her thumb and her pinky, just giving some nice pulling motion to those fingers, to the thickness of the palm. I'm curling my hands around her thumb here. I'm going to go one by one through her fingers, just giving them a nice gentle tug. I'm never trying to pop her bones. I'm just working the muscles around her fingers. As we can just trace the bones in her hands. I like to let the elbow drop to the mat. And I'm just going to do a simple hand stretch. Just open her hand and let it stretch gently. How's it stretch, Danielle? Good.
Great. Desperately needed.
So I'm going to go ahead and let Danielle's arm lay flat. I'm going to do a little slide up her arm. So I'm going to go right above, there's a band that goes around the arm here, and I'm going to go right above that band. And as I'm here, the way that you are positioning yourself compared to your receiver's body will determine whether the arm kind of slides back or not. Sometimes you might want to give it a little hold with the other hand, but as you do this, you'll kind of figure out what the angle is that you need. Danielle's arm's really tight. She's not been receiving massage. So I'm going to do just a little compression up her forearm to kind of warm the tissue up. Then I'm going to come back in to try to sink in and do a very slow slide. Kind of started to edge my body backwards some. I don't know if you noticed, but Danielle's tissue is very tight. It wasn't really sliding. Feeling okay there? So you can go ahead and act like you're typing on the keyboard. Here you go. These active release techniques are really useful in getting these muscles to relax, let go. You really did paint your fingernails for today.
I told you I was.
I looked at my fingernails and I was like, nah, let her shine on that. So it gets pretty grisly up here by the elbow if you've been doing things and such. But keep pressing through. We're going to follow through the elbow, which is like kind of the nastiest but the best stuff. And just slowly release the tissue. You okay there?
It needs it.
Can I do one more?
Oh yeah, I can't even complain because I
Okay,
need it.
good. Yeah. So I'm going to come in and do another little slide. Do you think it's a little more lateral here? Okay. So make sure you talk to your receiver and see what it is that they're feeling, where they need the pressure. Because they always know best, right?
Been in my meat suit a while. Oh, ouch.
This is very slow, boring work to watch, but it's really amazing to receive, especially if you've got a little tight tissue in your forearms. If you're like me, I've been doing some gardening, pulling some weeds, and I am so excited to receive this. You can barely see me moving, just slowly sliding up her arm.
There, man.
Go ahead and type the keyboard again. Get that active release. The middle finger, huh? Surprise, surprise. You've been overusing that?
It's a friendly finger. What can I say?
And once again, slowly let off the pressure. The beautiful thing about Thai massage is we typically are using every other part of our body besides our hands. So when it comes time to use our hands to rub other hands, they are feeling good and ready to go. Just doing some slow pulling to her palm. You can always flip the hand and give a little bit more here to the palm. Working that thumb that's been working so hard. Lots of video games, huh?
I'm ruling China. That's what it is. In my video game, not really.
Yes. And we interlace our fingers. I'm just giving her a little range of motion. I'm going to do a nice stretch. Down. Give her a nice stretch overhead. Giving her a nice little handle with her elbow.
Just pull my skin a little bit.
That was your skin? I'm just going to do some cross body stretching because I'm going to want to do that when I'm over there. My friend already said she didn't like the skin pulling.
It's all right, you can do it. I love this.
I'm going to come overhead and go to her other arm. But that's not true. I'm going to first do this pulling across the body or else I'll forget.
This is so good. I love this.
Do you like it more when I pull down or more when I pull across? All of it.
Just drag me around.
Just really feel free to explore the range of motion here. Give them some nice gentle tugs across the body. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to give you a little pillow. There you go. Readjust that pillow because I've been tugging her all around.
I'm fighting you.
It's okay. I'll fight you later. I'm actually going to add some stuff in on this side because I don't know why I didn't do it on the other side, but
It's all right, Brady needs it. Why do I hate my hands so much?
I don't know. You need them
I know, to eat.
to eat.
I like hamburgers.
And to play your video games?
I do. Cheeseburgers and video games.
Are you hungry right now?
I don't know, I had so much lobster ravioli earlier. Like, that part was great.
No. Once again, I'm just dragging through each of her fingers, pulling her hand. I know you called me weird the last time I called it this, but I feel like I'm milking a cow. I've never even milked a cow. This is what I expect it to be like. Oh man, I'm warmed up right now.
Anybody got any cows?
If not, just milk your friend's hand, because that's not weird. At all. That's not weird.
That's what we should name.
I've already named it, and this is making snakes. So we're going to do that. Let's make some snakes, warm up this arm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And remember, my friend, she doesn't like a lot of pressure, so I'm going to stay back here. If your receiver likes more, feel free to lean over, stack that weight. But for me, I stay back here.
For me, you stay back there.
Yeah, for you, I stay back here. And do be aware, your hands are sharp. They can be sharp. Mine are apparently sharp, so do keep that in mind as you're compressing into your receiver's glorious arm.
Trash arm right now.
Not for long, baby.
That's the goal.
I'm just palm pressing, kind of like walking my hands around her arm.
And the elbow, dude. Your top hand is like on something.
I'm going to keep my left arm that's in her forearm steady as I'm just pressing around with my right hand, giving her the giggles. I'm going to go into this pec and give a nice compression.
Feels amazing. You guys should let Kristen touch your pecs. It's so good.
Such a weirdo. Ignore my what was I calling you? My awesome partner?
Yeah.
This is not my friend. It's weirdo. But yes, my phone number is. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we're going to sit back. I should have done this on the other side. My bad.
Sorry, I need it though.
Yeah, we'll go back over there. You know, the thing about it, they don't care. So we're going to be gentle and slowly lean back. Not laughing anymore, huh?
No, I have to breathe.
I'm going to come out, come back in, and breathe with you here. We're in this together, Danielle. You will see in a little bit how this is quite intense. And while you're here, you can always do a little more finger pulling. I'm going to slowly come out. Open her palm out. When I get myself up to my feet, and once again, we are going to find a good spot on your mat to plant your heel. Then we're going to press the gas. Your elbow just pop. I'm actually going to move a little. We always want to be careful of this area. We never want to step here. Lots of important things there, very sensitive, not trying to do all of that. All right, and with your partner's approval, you can give more pressure. Communicate, please. She wants more. Good?
Very good.
With this compression, we're just hanging out. We're not increasing the pressure unless our receiver's asking for it. We're just hanging out, giving the compression to the muscles and letting the rest do the work. You can encourage your receiver to move their fingers, move their hand side to side, create a fist. If they can do it, bring that fist to your forearm. Sometimes you can even make noises with them to help them. There you go. See, it's helping. There it is. So strong. And release that hand. Oh. Her hand is a little pale. Any tingles? I'm just going to slowly come up. Very slowly. I'm going to move down just a little bit here. If you're using your inside leg, you can go ahead and reach down into her hand or your receiver's hand. You can use both of your hands and work their thumb.
Kristen's very detailed.
Yeah. Some call it detailed, some call it OCD. You know.
It is intense. It's so good and so needed, but it is intense.
I'm spreading these muscles in her palm. And we're just hanging out. Check in with your receiver. Mine is giving me the green light. She says she's good. I'm going to slowly come off. You'll see the hand get flushed with blood. We're just going to come back down and give a nice tug again. And I'm going to lay her arm out to where I can do a slide on this arm now. So once again, we're going to go right above here. What do you think, Danielle? Do you think we're to the inside first?
I mean,
All of it?
Yeah.
So once again, as I said, my friend Danielle, my amazing partner Danielle, has extremely tight forearms. She has been doing some things, so I'm just doing some little compressions up her forearm to get these muscles warmed up a little bit, just so they aren't fighting me so much as I do the slide. I'm just going to sink in. I'm using my bottom hand to just slightly, I'm barely holding her hand. Her muscles are just very tight. You can see all these different muscles that we're working with right now. It's extremely slow slide. Danielle, do you want to go ahead and type your fingers like you're typing a keyboard? There you go. Sometimes that'll help you slide along if you're stuck in a tough spot of muscle. You can relax. Pressure still okay, Danielle?
That's great, thank you.
If your receiver has lotioned up before today, before this class, you might want to use a towel and wipe that off, because if there is lotion present, you will just be sliding right along and you will not be able to get to these deeper muscles that we're connected into. You didn't. You're doing great. You're doing great. She has before in the past. She was very, very lotioned, very moisturized.
I like to be soft.
She was so soft, but it was unnecessary. You were unnecessarily soft that day. Today it's perfect.
I don't know.
We'll lotion up after we do massage, okay?
So many jokes.
I know.
Oh God, why?
We won't.
I won't do lotion anymore, I promise.
There you go. All right. She's making me laugh. I wasn't paying attention to the claw on her. All right. We're going to do another nice. I'm going to go a little more lateral here. I can see that I did the more medial side of her arm, her forearm. And so now I'm going to come into this muscle here that you can see is tight and, yeah, tight. So we're just going to sink in and hang out. Perfect. Danielle's acting like she's using a mouse, which is a great one as well. See that roller ball going? So we're getting up to the area that's very tender. She might doing the lane running man. You start kicking in place.
Oh, yeah.
The lane running man is what I just called it.
Okay.
Full of ridiculousness today.
I
I am as well. It's okay. It's because it's been so long since we've been together.
It has. Why do you love me so much?
Because you're so amazing.
Thanks, best friend.
Give it a little squeeze, my friend. I mean, you asked about love. I just kind of was seeing what the heck was still going on here. I'm pinning Danielle and twisting her hand. So I have my right hand in a gentle handshake. I'm doing some slight twists. But I really do like you, so I'm going to stretch your hand because I know you like that. You're welcome. I can feel you holding against me. Deep breath in. And
This jazz is all just super tight. I'm not trying to fight.
I interlace my fingers and just do some nice motions. Just working that wrist. I'm going to go ahead and do some nice stretch down with this arm. Then we're going to go up over the shoulder. We're going to set that bad boy down. We're just going to come back to the other side since I forgot to do this work on this side because we don't want to leave our friend imbalanced. So once again, I'm going to come in with my inside foot and I'm going to extend my leg fully And then just lightly lean back. They don't need a lot. And receivers, just let them know when enough's enough. All right. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel like I have hands again.
Yay. Awesome. So guys, at this time, we are going to take a little bathroom break. We will switch partners and we'll give this another shot and see how we think.
Yeah, see you in a few
Danielle's
minutes.
going to lead it.
I am. Hey guys, it's Danielle, and I'm going to show you some hand and forearm work with my beautiful partner, Kristen. She was letting me know that her left forearm is really jacked up, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that today. So what you're going to do is start with your receiver on the ground or on the floor, wherever, putting a little bolster or pillow, something underneath their neck, because honestly it just feels nice. Nobody really likes to just lay flat on their back. You know, if needed, put something underneath their knees to help support their low back and just take some of that pressure off. But today, I'm going to be focusing on all this arm and hand stuff. We use our hands to do a lot of different things like eat and drive, play video games, because those are pretty much all I do. So anyway, we're going to come in. I like to come in first and just grab the arm and just kind of shake it out a little bit. What this does is this lets me know, A, where there's tension. Like if she's not really moving, could be shoulder stuff. But we're moving around really nicely. What it also does is it helps kind of disrupt some of the signals going in here and just makes it a little more loosey-goosey. So I like to come in first and do some palm presses or compressions, starting at right around the pecs and just kind of leaning in. Now you can see I've got my body parallel to hers, okay? Typically hip to hip, depending. If I want to give, you know, little pressure, I'm going to stay back here, so far away, like. But if I want to give a lot of pressure, I'm gonna really, really lean in and stack my body weight. Sometimes that means getting closer, maybe a little bit farther, totally depends. But usually hip to hip is about where we wanna be. So I'm touching my receiver. She knows I'm there, I'm not a ghost. So I'm gonna come in, take my top hand or my inside hand, come right here on part of pecs and really that anterior front deltoid. I'm gonna just lean in. How does that feel, Kristen? Would you like more or less pressure?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, good. As you can see, I've got the straight arm stacking my weight directly onto her shoulder cap or her anterior delt. These guys are responsible for moving your arm around. And it's gonna be that front delt, that red one. Oh yeah, we feel that. So, and again, it's just a static compression. Just saying hey, and then when I come out, you don't wanna just like bounce off because it'll hurt and I could do that and she'll cry. But we're gonna lean in, take a big deep breath in. And then on the exhale, coming out very, very slowly, just like that. How is that, Kristen?
So good.
She loves it. Awesome. So we're going to do that all the way down using both hands. We want to make sure that we avoid the basically that inside of the elbow. There's just a lot of stuff here. Nobody really wants to be poked there. So that's what we're going to just avoid that. So above elbow, below elbow, big palm here. And we're using this part of our palm, the nice big flat part. This part of our palm and this part can be really sharp. And you know what? This part too, basically all around. So whenever we're doing it, we want to use a flat palm because we want to diffuse the pressure. If you have really sharp hands for whatever reason, you can lay down a towel to help that help diffuse that pressure as well. So again, above and below, and I'm just going to stack my body weight. How does that feel?
Bueno.
Great. I like to add in a little bit of a rocking motion because so I got her real hard on that.
Got my bicep.
Yeah, with my heel of my hand. Oops. So again, that's the reason why you want nice flat palms. I like to come in, lean and roll. I like to move around a lot. Just like that. I'm going to widen my stance a little bit because it feels better on my low back. And I can feel all of this tension right here. I'm just going to come in and hang out. Ooh, how's that feel? Mm-hmm. Just come in and press. Another option is to do snakes. A lot of people like snakes. It feels good. It gets some nice motion too in these little joints and all the way around. It just feels really good. So once we've done that, we're going to take, again, if you find dense tissue up here in this bicep, flat palm, just go in. Just relax and lean and hold. How does that feel? Sometimes if you really want to, you can come in, grab the wrist, and just kind of do like a bicep curl. This is really just a very gentle, somewhat gentle pin and stretch. It's a little bit more gentle because I'm not using my fingers or the heel of my hand. It's more that broad pressure. And just articulate that forearm to get everything to move. And just check in with your receiver. How does that feel? She loves it. That's what that meant. It meant she loved it. So you can feel free to interpret your receiver's noises however you want.
Oh, shoot.
So as you can see, some of the anatomy is on screen. Biceps, it's a big one. We all have real strong guns. Kristen has great guns. And people are really strong. So you want to just be mindful when we're working on this because it can be really, really intense. I also like to breathe. Well, I mean, breathing in general is important because, death.
Living and such.
Yeah, right. It's important. But typically, I also like to match my receiver's breathing because it helps us stay connected. And I'm a little bit more in tune. For breathing changes, I might have too much pressure or, might not be enough. So just pay attention. So once we've had a chance to really warm up this whole arm, okay, we're going to focus a lot more on the forearm. So in this nice, big, meaty part, everybody's got congestion. Everybody's got dense tissue because we use our hands so much. We eat. I don't know who eats with their hands like that, but I apparently do. But we drive. We do everything in front of us. So we're going to come in. And one of the really great ones, if like kneeling like this has been bothering you, what we're going to do is we're just going to stand up, just like that. We're going to take our inside leg, this one right here. I'm going to roll up my pant leg so you can actually see what I'm doing. All right. And we're going to come over and just like we're stepping on the gas, going to take the heel of our foot, come up, and that nice big meaty part. And I'm just gonna step forward like I'm stepping on the gas. How does that feel? Would you like more or less?
Just a little bit off that. Just a little bit.
Ah, I'm too close to her elbow joint.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, she didn't like that, so that's cool. I move
It's kind of nervy.
for her. Now I'm also gonna widen my stance a little bit because I'm a little unstable. Boop. Now, big deep breath in. And I'm gonna step forward. And now I'm leaning my weight down my foot to give all the pressure like I'm stepping on the gas. So we're like, what, 60 miles an hour right now? I feel like I can go faster, so I'm pressing more. She loves it. I can tell by her eyes. So how is that though?
It's good.
Good, okay. And really when we're doing this, we're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna hang out and let her absorb whatever it is that we're doing. If you want, you can bend down. All the way down there. I've got apparently long legs. I'll come down here. We can do this.
Short arms.
Right, exactly, like a T-Rex.
On T-Rex, down here.
Maybe that's the reason why I don't know how to eat a sandwich. Anyway.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my lordy. Nothing funny there.
Right, so this is very intense for Kristen. I'm not a huge fan of this particular position. It's just not great for my body and apparently long legs, T-Rex arms. So I'm going to slowly come out, take a big deep breath in. And I'm going to lift off. You'll see the color change in her hand. Just like that. Now, I know that I want to do more work in here. Just for whatever reason, that's not working for my body where I'm at today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my knee. I like knees. Feels good on my body. Knees can be really sharp. So what you're going to do is, if you feel like you have really sharp knees or your receiver's forearm is just really, really delicate, you can lay down a towel, a blanket, a shirt, whatever, something to help diffuse that pressure. It's all good. But again, you can see right in this area where I've already worked is where I'm going to take my knee. I'm going to use the flat part of my knee. Where is that? Ooh, right there. I'm going to use the flat part of my knee. It's not the top. That's sharp. I'm going to use the front flat part of my knee, and I'm going to come in very, very carefully and just slowly, slowly lower it down until I feel kind of a resistance. And that's just me meeting her dense tissue. I'm going to sink in just a little bit more. How does that feel? Would you like more or less pressure?
No.
Okay, so we're good here. I kind of know where to end up because I've been doing this for a while, but definitely check in with your receiver if they want more pressure. You can really stack your weight and push it all down. If they want less, you can just come back here and hang out. So I'm going to come in right around there. That's what feels good to me for Kristen. And then...
That's what feels good to me for Kristen.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm in charge, right? Shh. Again, interpret your receiver's noises however you want. She says, no, no. And I just feel like that's her muscles saying no, no to pain.
Oh my
so
gosh,
I'm here to
so
help you.
funny. I can't. I'm dead.
So while she's trapped underneath my knee and can't run away, I have her hand. It's mine now. So just like it was when I was up earlier, I'm going to come in and really work the palm of this hand. And I start that first by spreading it wide. You know, we have a tendency to grab things and we're always closing our hands so they get stuck in these like claws. You know, you see the little bitty lady's claws. We don't want that. So we're going to bring these all open and out just like that. Right? And this is just palm spreading. Really, really simple. If that's hurting your thumbs because you play too many video games, you can use the palm of your hand. Dude.
You're so funny today.
So,
He's doing a great job, thank God.
You might have to throw a blanket over your client. It's very distracting as you're trying to give awesome advice.
Just throw a blanket over me, you will never know.
She's like a canary, okay? But anyway, so again, use the palm of your hand, as you can see, palm to palm. And I'm just spreading her hands wide open like that. I'm gonna come in. And it's just easy. You know, we use our fingers for a lot of stuff. So once I've done that, you can see that her hand has really changed a lot of color, you know, just a lot. And that's because I've stopped a lot of the blood flow because I'm pressing on her forearm. Be mindful for your receivers because this can be uncomfortable. You check in like, hey, how's your hand feeling?
Feels great.
Feels great. So
Lots more.
I'm gonna keep going. If they're like, oh, it feels uncomfortable, it's numb and tingly, just stop, just slowly back off. You can always come back in later. Kristen's cool, so we're gonna go forward. So now I know everybody always has this thumb stuff from, playing video games, because they're awesome. And we're gonna come in and just do some of this. Yeah, she loves it.
Mine's from picking weights.
Yeah, she says picking weights, it's video games. She tells me all the time, she's a classic gamer. You guys should send her lots of messages about how much you love video games. She'll talk to you for hours about it. It's crazy. Anyway, so we're gonna come in, and again, I'm just doing these like finger slides and just moving the tissue around. I like to come in down here with these, two little bones of your fingers or thumb and a palm of your hand and just press and open. This is really good for people who have carpal tunnel, people who, tattoo artists, gamers, massage therapists, yes, we always,
tennis players.
as if we actually get work.
I know,
Tennis
right?
players is a great one, jujitsu peeps.
How do you feel to climb rocks?
Probably, what is up with you and rock climbers today?
Because they grip in their arms and hands are all jacked
They're like the
up.
only people that grip.
They're the main grippers.
I don't know, I feel like jujitsu people grip a little
They
bit
grip
more.
too. How about dental hygienists?
Ooh, dental hygienist is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Dentists. Yeah. Anyway, so a lot of people grab a lot of stuff, and this will help them. So ask your receiver what they grab. The answers might be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. People grab a lot of stuff. We are here to help them grab. So once we've done that, again, just opening it all up. I feel like I've been here for a while, so what I'm going to do is, Kristen, have you take a big deep breath in. And then now I'm going to slowly lean back and take the pressure off of my knee, and you will see the color flood to her hand. Just like that. How is that?
That's so good.
Right? So we did a lot of deep pressure in there.
Oh,
She's gripping and releasing to help get the blood flow back in there, which is really great. So I held that for a while, so I'm not going to immediately go back in because I'm going to let all of this stuff circulate. And what I like to do is just do a little bit of, it's called petrissage. That's a massage term, but I like to call it hamburger hands, where you come in and dude, you can't laugh every time I do something.
You gotta cover me with the towel. Somebody.
Swear to God, I need a blanket. Canary.
It's funny.
So anyway, we got our hamburger hands, and we're just gonna come in and eat her forearm, which is making me laugh. So, hump.
Mind you, nobody's ever done this before. No massage therapist has ever gone in with hamburger hands.
They have.
And that's why I'm laughing.
They don't say it. They think it.
Okay.
So anyway.
All right, let's mix up our seasonings, y'all.
All right, so hamburger hands feels great.
Oh, it does feel good.
I know it does, right? So anyway, so we've done that. We see beautiful flow. And then we can also come in and do some pressure here, but we've spent a little bit of time here, so I'm gonna move on, right? You can repeat that all the way down. The big thing is be mindful of the elbow joint, be mindful of the wrist. Wrist has got a lot of bones, not a lot of tissue there. You can run the risk of just really hurting them. So stay kind of in between this area, nice dense tissue. Since we've done that, I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna work the top of forearms. Now you can see those two bones, the ulna and the radius. They match up perfectly with the bones in your palm. And that's what we're gonna do. So about 1 inch to 2 inches above the wrist, I'm gonna take and my two bones, marry them up to these bones just like that. Hook in, you'll see the tissue move. Ready? Boom, did you see that? Just like that. Now I'm hooked in. I like to take my inside hand. We're just gonna hold hands. We're gonna be best friends while we do this. I like to sit back, and now I'm gonna be moving in this plane. So it is a little bit of down pressure, but really it's shearing away from me. So hook in, just like that, you can see. And I'm gonna just, it's really, really slow. How's that feel, Kristen?
Good.
Now I like to use my bottom hand to move my receiver's hand around. And I do that because sometimes this tissue can get really stuck. And when we're just holding it, it's just like we're gonna sit here forever. And I don't wanna do that. So we're gonna move this around. Kristen's gonna make her, no,
she's talking to Loogie.
She's gonna make these beautiful, I love this noises. And I'm gonna agree with her because it is great. Now I feel more dense tissue on this side, so I'm gonna just lean a little bit with my hand and continue going up, just like that. And again, I'm using my bottom hand to really just continue to move the arm around so I can get a little bit more movement so I'm not here forever. Now I feel a lot of really dense stuff in here, so I'm gonna just like really hook in, lean down a little bit more, and I'm gonna ask Kristen to just, you know, type on the typewriter or move your hand around, act like you're on a computer. She types weird. I don't know who types like that.
I've never typed on a typewriter.
I mean,
so
very
trying to
clearly.
figure this out.
I mean, keyboard, the kind
There
of
we
the
go.
same thing.
Okay.
Oh no, that made the biggest
I mean,
difference.
keyboard. This is typewriter. This is keyboard.
How is that? Anyway, Kristen doesn't know how to use her fingers. Oh, I can. Anyway, it's amazing. So we're just going to continue to go forward all the way up. Okay. And then I'm getting close to that nice elbow joint. I'm going to hold it again and have her keyboard type, not swipe. Oh gosh, keyboards are eventually going to be like obsolete.
We're going to just have implants in our brains.
Right.
And we're just going to type all the stuff with our head.
So for millennials, keyboards, and then what Gen Z is going to be swipe and
Just be something different.
I don't know, something. Anyway, so just have your receiver
now,
move their hands around
keyboards.
in some archaic way. Very good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I feel more dense tissue up here by her elbow.
Uh-huh.
And you can see all of those muscles, brachioradialis and biceps, brachialis, they all cross over that elbow joint. So really, when you're working the forearm, you're also kind of passively working the top of your arm, your biceps, your triceps, and everything like that, because muscles pass over joints. That's what keeps our joints, doing their thing. So once you've done this a few times, where are we at one time?
17.
Okay. So once you've done that a few times, did you feel that?
Heck yeah, I feel that. Chunky.
She called herself chunky, not me. And I'm just going to shear up because I'm following where I'm feeling her dense tissue. The more you guys do this, the better you'll be able to feel it and to know where to go. It just takes some time. So as of right now, just make sure that you're checking in with your receiver.
Hamburger hands.
And using your hamburger hands. Everybody likes hamburger hands, right? And checking in with your receiver. So once I've done that, I do like to come in and do some gentle traction. So you can see I've got my legs here, and I'm just grabbing her wrist because that's what feels good, and I'm leaning back. I'm not pulling her with my arms. I'm not using my arms. Got to hold, and I'm leaning. And this feels good for me. Now, some people don't like that on their wrist, so we're going to go above and lean. Some people don't like that. We're going to go to the elbow and lean. Some people are like, oh, my skin, that was me. You can grab a towel or a shirt or something like that to just kind of protect the sensitive baby skin that people have. I can say that because my skin is sensitive baby skin. I also like to do the kind of sliding down the fingers. It's a little bit of traction as well. It just feels good, man. We don't get our fingers worked on as much. And I'm really working the finger muscles. I'm trying not, or actually let me rephrase, I'm not trying to pop the finger joints. If that happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, cool. So just talk with your receiver. Some people are really into that, some people aren't.
No.
So you can see all of the forearm muscles. Do you see how packed our forearms are? I mean, you would think that there's not that much in there, but it's so much. And as you can see, there's a lot of tendons that start trending down towards the wrist. And that's the reason why earlier when we were doing our knees and our feet in the forearm, we wanted to be very, very mindful of the wrist because it is so tendony. So again, I'm just sliding my fingers down Kristen's finger, which is doing some really, really great traction on her arm and her hand and fingers. But I'm also working these muscles that typically are just kind of in a claw because we grab a lot of stuff in life, which is weird, I guess. I'm not sure. So once I've had a chance to do that, I like to come in and just curl my fingers into the palm and then spread like that. Remember how when she was face up, we spread this way? Now we're spreading the top of the hand with that nice fleshy part of our hand. Be mindful, this area is also very tendinous, not a whole lot of really thick muscles unless you got some really strong hands. So you don't want to use tons and tons of pressure, just check in with your receivers. So once you've had a chance to spread, I'm going to just take and bring her elbow and arm up to 90. And I'm going to come in and sit. This feels good for me. This is comfortable, and now I can just work on the palms of her hand. Just like we did when I had her arm here. Now I'm sitting here, because honestly, this feels good for me. I'm not bent over, and I'm just hanging out. You don't have to do all of these moves. You don't have to do all of these techniques.
But you should.
According to Kristen, you should, because they are amazing. But really, the great thing about Thai massage is finding moves that fit you and your receiver. I don't want you guys to do stuff where it hurts you, because if it hurts you, you're not going to want to do it, because who wants to hurt when they're trying to help somebody? No. So we're going to do stuff that feels good for us, and that's the reason why you see variations on positions, variations on approach, because Kristen and I are different people. We have different needs, we have different pressure tolerances, and different bodies. Lean back and do that. Now I'm also going to do the cross body stretch. This really just helps free up the shoulder girdle, specifically the delts, and honestly just feels amazing, and do it all the time. So I like to grab the wrist and just come across, just like that. I'm going to have my receiver take a big deep breath in, and then I'm going to lean back. How's that feel? Good. Again, I'm not using my arms to pull her because my upper body's not super strong. Got to hold, and I'm leaning. I'm using all of my body weight to move Kristen, just like that. And I'm going to let her go back down and have a floppy arm. That's another thing. Lots of people have smartwatches. They're awesome. They also get in the way. So I'm going to come in, move my receiver's arm around again. And again, we're just going to do, I'm going to have, you mind lifting up real quick?
Oh, yeah.
And we use palm presses down the arms like we just did, starting in the pecs, as it feels nice. And again, stacking my body weight, just like that. Leaning in. And if you'll see, my bottom hand right below that elbow joint, just like that. I like to come in and rock forward and release. I can feel the tension that she's got here in her bicep. It's a lot. Christian is,
Do you want to know why?
why?
Because I was tubing.
Yeah.
All that paddling from the low rivers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was going to say you were super strong.
It's true, but it's also from trying to get my tube through the water with no flow. Oh, goodness.
So right in this area, I feel that. I'm going to come in with a little bit of a soft heel of my hand, but definitely use more of the palm because it's sharp. And I'm going to lean in. She loves it. That's what that noise was.
I do love it.
Again, I'm going to take my outside bottom hand, and I'm just going to move the arm around. She loves it.
She does.
So what this is doing is, as we're moving it around, it's getting the muscles from their attachment, their origin and insertions, and just really kind of pinning them around and squishing them around. Oftentimes when our muscles hurt, it's because they've been stuck in one position. And then when we go to use them, they're like, nah, fam, I don't move like that. We're like, no, you do. So that's what we're doing right here, is we're reminding them that they can move around, reminding them that they don't have to be stuck in this curled up, strong position. So once we've done that, all the way down, really feeling it. I know Kristen's got stuff here, and Kristen's got stuff here, right? I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna take my inside knee, again, right below the elbow. We don't wanna, cause any damage here. So we're gonna go boop, right there. That feels good, there's a lot of dense tissue. Soft front of our knee, right there. Not that point, that's really sharp. Soft front of our knee. I'm gonna come in and just slowly bring it down. Would you like more or less?
It's good.
Okay. Now, my hips feel really narrow and I don't feel stable. So I'm going to take my outside knee and just open up. Ah, that feels really good for me. I can sit back, I can do stuff because I'm not all centered in here. So I've got pressure here, and now I have her hand. You can have your receiver move around. I'm gonna have you make a fist, right? Now this is fun. So I like to come in underneath, lift up the hand like this, and then do some articulation. It is intense. Go slow. Give your receivers a chance to process what you are doing, just like that. Another thing, you can see her hand is curled, and it's because I'm pressing on these muscles. So she's got this like little bit of a claw, and I could press in more, and it'll, you know, as we move down, it'll start clawing in more. But what you can do is come in and take your hand and just really open up that whole palm, just like that. Really get that movement in there. And as you can see, I'm using the palm of my hand to just slide and open. This is really great. It's kind of like a myofascial release. I mean, it is a myofascial release because we're not using any lotion, and we're just hooking in and stretching and moving stuff around. So now her hand is really, really, really light. So I'm gonna have you take a big deep breath in. And I'm gonna back out just a little bit. And she's got color back. We're gonna use our hamburger hands, just like that. Feels good, get some circulation back in there, but I'm not done because Kristen needs the work. So we were here, I'm now gonna move right there, okay? Again, lower your knee in, not the sharp pointy part. How does that feel? So I've got her trapped again. You know, I mean, obviously respect your receiver's wishes. And I'm gonna come in with my hands, and now we're gonna do all this beautiful hand work. So I like to use my thumbs here. I don't use my thumbs in a lot of places, really only the neck and hands and belly. Everything else is gonna be palms, forearms, and feet and knees, because we use our hands for delicate work and for eating. As you can see, I'm just sliding up, finding all of that dense tissue. Now, your receiver's hands will have, you know, similar but also different areas that need to be worked on, but pretty much everybody needs this nice big part of the thumb muscle worked down here on the right by the wrist, and just opening it up. It feels good. It's intense, y'all. It really is intense. But I like to come in too when we get to our hands in between all of these joints, because honestly, it just doesn't get worked as much. You know, we claw our hands up all the time. So we're gonna come in and just go in between there, get some nice stuff done. It feels good. You guys can spend as long as you want here. Just be mindful. If your receiver's hands, turn really, really white, like Kristen's, you can see, look how light that is. Like, I'm really white and she's lighter than me right now. And, but if their hand gets really, really light colored, or they're getting numbness and tingling or pain, anything that feels uncomfortable, you're just gonna say, take a big deep breath in. And then we are going to slowly back out. We're gonna watch the color go back into her hand. If the knee on there was too much, you can just sit back here and do hand stuff. Like, how easy is that, right? So then we're gonna do some nice traction. And again, I'm not grabbing her with my arms and pulling. I'm just holding and leaning just like that. I didn't do this on the other side, which I should have. But another really, really great shoulder opener is you bring your hip to your receiver's hip, boop. Take your inside leg, we're gonna hook it right into the armpit. Now I like to angle my foot to a little bit more of a knife so I can slide in there a little bit more easily. And I'm gonna come, grab wrist, and traction. Again, not using my arms to pull, I'm leaning. And then if I wanna make it more awesome, I open my foot like that. See her eyes open? Because it was amazing.
I was dreaming.
It was amazing, that's what it was.
I slipped into dreams and then quickly was awoken.
From awesomeness is what she meant. So you wanna be a little bit more gentle. We don't turn our foot as much. We just lean back. It would be more awesome, turn your You'll see their face is like, oh, I love it. Again,
Good.
hold these for as long as you need. Nice big traction. So once we've done that, I'm gonna bring her arm down and out, just kind of whatever feels comfortable. Sometimes you might have to prop your receiver's arm with like something, but Kristen's good being flat. So we're gonna come in, take these two bones, marry them up to the radius and ulna, just like that, grab the bottom, and just start sliding. And again, it's a little bit of downward pressure, but it's mainly that away. Think of like a jet taking off or landing. Think of a car driving, because that's not gonna fly away. So we're just gonna keep driving forward.
So weird.
Don't let Kristen be your receiver, because she makes you laugh when you tell awesome jokes, okay?
I was like, where are we going with this?
I know.
Think of a jet.
So moving on
You're
from
doing
my
great.
awesome analogies, I've got my bottom hand just moving her hand around to again help facilitate that myofascial release that we're doing on the top of this forearm. As we get to this more dense tissue towards the elbow, I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to kind of sink in, and I'm going to have her type on our keyboard, not typewriter, because I'm old, and move your mouse around before we lose that as well. Ooh, I feel that so much. So for me, what I'm feeling is all of her muscles just rolling back and forth, which means they're really, really tight. I'm going to come in and grab, because she's getting away from me a little bit. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to continue forward, driving forward, not flying, driving forward, just like that. Now you guys can see I'm doing a little bit of cross-fiber friction. Ooh, massage term. This is basically I've sunk in and I'm just moving around, just helping to break up some of that more dense tissue, because it needs a little bit of extra love. You guys can do that in the top, more lateral, more medial. So top, inside, outside, medial, lateral, just like that. Since we've done that, I like to come down. What time are we at? We don't know. So I like to come down and curl my hands.
34.
Cool. Curl my hands into the palm using the palms of my hands. And again, just spreading just like that, because it feels really good. Mm-hmm. Be mindful of all of the tiny bone structures, tiny muscles and ligaments and everything that connects our hands, connects our fingers to our hands. That was you. So I felt a little bit of pop here in Kristen's kind of wrist / thumb area.
Yeah, that's my thumb.
Okay, she says it was her thumb.
We don't really know though.
And well, I mean, you know your body more than I do. So I'm going to give it a little bit extra attention to her thumb. You can see I'm moving it around. Let's see. I'm going like this as I move it around with my palm. So I'm grabbing and just moving it around, getting a little bit of traction and gentle stretch as I'm also curling my hands.
It's like you're massaging the udder.
Yeah, it's like I'm massaging the udder. If you guys were here earlier, Kristen refers to this as milking the cow. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what cow. I'm going to say heifer. I'm like air on that side. I'm sure all my farm people would appreciate that. You know, girl cows. And so we're going to milk Kristen's girl cow udders, just like that, all the way down.
You're very good at that.
Kristen says I'm very good at milking cows. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yep. Clearly not your first time.
Not my first time milking a cow.
Not your first rodeo?
Oh, man. Did you guys hear that? She said, not your first rodeo. Man. Oh, you want to hear what I heard today?
Tell me.
Yeah. Mashed potatoes are just Irish guacamole. Oh my God, seriously? Guys,
I mean,
this joke was so wasted on her. White people are laughing so hard.
I'm Irish. I don't think
I don't know if you're Irish at this point.
I'm Scottish.
Any potato joke should be hilarious. So, anyway, I'm laughing on the inside.
It's probably because I'm so relaxed I couldn't laugh at it.
That's what it is. She's so relaxed.
I'm so relaxed I didn't think it was funny.
I'm so good at milking Kristen's udders
that I just can't laugh.
That she can't laugh anymore. We're Soup's
That's
professional.
such a lie.
So once you're finished, Milking your receiver.
Yeah, in the least creepy way.
In the least creepy way. She started this. So once you're done with that, we're gonna bring the elbow up to 90 degrees. And again, you can just work the palm because it feels good.
Best.
It is the best. And as you can see, I like to come in and do these like, I don't know, weird flappy arm things, but it feels so good to just open up that palm just like that. Now again, if this hurts your hands, y'all, don't do it. Just don't do it. You know, there's other things that we can do. And if you message us and are like, hey, that hand thing hurt, let me know. We'll show you a whole bunch of other stuff that we can do. This doesn't hurt me, so this is what I'm teaching you guys. I like to come in and just do these, just sliding friction, just opening it up. It feels good. And I can really get into this. Just be mindful again. There's lots of bones, lots of tendons, lots of muscles. But it all feels good. Come in, like to traction again. And then we're gonna do our cross body traction, because that always feels amazing. Okay, Kristen is ready for this, y'all. Big deep breath in.
Strapped in.
And lean, just like that. Ooh, how's that? She loves it. She loves it. Now, as you guys can see, I'm sitting on my feet, or my foot, because that's what feels good for me. So find a position that works well for you. You guys know your body best. You've been in it for a while. So I'm going to slowly lower her down, just like that.
Ta-da.
And now she's got dead arms. How do you feel?
I feel alive.
You got hands now?
I feel lighter.
Good. So Kristen says she feels lighter. She says that she has, I'm going to say jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Once udders, now jazzy.
Yeah, she said they're now jazzy udders. That's what we've gone to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all, that is a very quick and easy way to work on your arms, specifically your forearms and hands. But don't forget, we've got biceps and triceps, a little bit of delt, a little bit of pec, but really it's these beautiful, delicate, honestly amazing instruments that allow us to interact with the world. They get really tired, and here's some way to help them. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's Thai Jam. And if you have anything else that you want to see, you want to see variations on techniques, if you are just like, hey, that hurt me, how do I change it? Let us know. We'll show you tons of other stuff. Anything else, Kristen? All right, so yeah, if you guys are interested, we also have some super awesome information here from Robert. Table tie, intro to tie, a lot of the stuff is also in here, but really the benefit is way more information is also in here. Like, it's awesome, but you can see it on the website, and then we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Anything else, Kristen?
No.
She says no. So have a great rest of your day and be safe out there, y'all, because it's 1,000,000 degrees. So drink lots of water, and we'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.